Man, she say she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that good and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can't call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. Yeah, long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate long as these bitches love me. I'm on that. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly, dirt, coast, muddy water. Shorty, pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean, candy yams and collard greens, pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away, one parlay away, one parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over, took my homes on yards. Everything is going good so far. Lakers beating the Knicks, spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow!
I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than a body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No, oh no. I want you. A man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. All these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich brother wants you and your man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. Ain't loyal. Whoa, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal.
we are back. We are back in this bit again, man. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode on the JVJ Network. I am your host. Let's start with JVJ, man. I hope everybody is doing all right when we dropping this hot thing right here, man. Got to go through the normal spiel as usual, man. Look, we trying to grow around here, so as usual, can y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, and turn them notifications on for your boy? We trying to grow, y'all. That shit free, man. Do it for your boy. We trying to get up there, trying to get these numbers right over here on this side of the aisle. Man, y'all know what tonight is, man. Y'all know it's cop night. So we got to talk about the po-po, the fuzz, the pigs, 5-0, one time, all that shit. Whatever you like to call them in your city, we talking about them. The main video, I forget what they call it. Man, I hate when I'm thinking of a word and I don't really hate, but I dislike when I'm thinking of a word and can't get the word out. But the primary video, the final video that we're going to cover tonight is going to show how good judging in America works and how easy it is to call out the sick shit that the police do. But this first video is just going to show bad policing. And once again, they're doing it to everybody. They're doing it to everybody now because people, once again, made it okay for them to do it to certain folks. So now they're doing it to everybody. But you got a gentleman that doesn't really know his rights and technically doesn't know the law and gets himself into a precarious situation with an officer that was just looking to fuck anybody up. Just being honest with you. He was pretty much running a trap to catch people coming out of a bar, and he's just going to him this guy up and make up an excuse for doing it. So we're going to jump into that first video. As usual, get your cigarettes, get your weed, get whatever you need, before we jump into this thing, because we about to get it popping. And yeah, man, let's see what we got with our first video. Shout out to the civil rights lawyer for this one, man. Shout out to that man, because he brought us this one, y'all. So let's see what we got.
Everyone's a roadside lawyer, right? That's when you step out the car like a prostitute. They wanted to play constitutional rights games with me.
Police officers get away with denying us of our very basic constitutional rights every day across this country. For example, here, this older guy got pulled over for an alleged tag light that was faulty. Within minutes, he's being dragged out of his car, handcuffed, and arrested. Looking back at the footage, what did this guy do that was illegal? Other than very politely attempt to assert very simple, basic constitutional rights that our courts say we have at a traffic stop. But this officer called this guy a roadside lawyer and mocked him.
Everyone's a roadside lawyer, right?
Hey, hello. Open the door, the window don't roll down.
That's fine.
Okay?
Hey, I pulled you over because your tag light's out.
Oh. Can I see?
Afterwards, let me get your license, registration, insurance from you.
This police officer who was conducting this stop is Deputy Stephen Ortiz from the Volusia County, Florida Sheriff's Office. In April of 2024, he received the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year from American Legion Post 255 in the city of Deltona, Florida, which was featured on the Facebook page of the Volusia Sheriff's Office. I first saw this video on the Here's the Deal YouTube channel, the video for which I will link below. So here we have an example of a police officer who's being lauded in the community as a hero who is serving and protecting his community. And you see this older guy who has this interaction with him because he gets pulled over. So you can see how this guy was treated. And I'll tell you from the beginning that the entire criminal justice system there supported what you're about to see. But let's see if I can point out constitutional violations that nobody involved in the entire criminal justice system there in Volusia County, Florida, even cared about at all. Judges, prosecutors, nobody. It all started with a traffic stop late at night for alleged tag lights being faulty on this vehicle. As Deputy Ortiz walks up to the vehicle.
Tag lights, y'all, man. They love stopping folks for them tag lights. It's amazing that we still doing that in 2025.
Apparently the window doesn't roll down, so the door is opened and this conversation ensues.
Are both tag lights out?
Yeah, you got nothing back there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were somebody coming up. I'm like, oh, what the hell, man? I'm trying to catch this light up here for a left.
You be slowing down too. You got a little quick. Right.
You know?
You got that license, registration, insurance?
Yeah, here. What are you doing?
I just put my hand so you can see my hands. Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
It's a code. It's a code.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I'm not a criminal.
I understand. I'm not.
You did say for the registration, right? This is my
Okay.
insurance. And here's my. What else did you ask for?
Your license and then your
Is
registration.
that?
All right.
Look at that. And what else? Registration, you said?
Yep.
Well, that's on the tag. You're talking about the paper thing?
Yep.
Let me pull his key.
Now I will tell you, like the guy seeming a little funny or whatever, but he seems old and he might just be a weird person. That's how he reacts with the police or interacts with the police or with people in general. That's just a little weird. Him and the other guy, both of them look kind of weird.
Got here. All right. So there's that. There's that.
That's it.
Hold on here. Let me see if this is it. And there's that.
Perfect. Where you coming from?
Up the street.
Up the street?
Yeah.
Where at?
Up the street.
Okay. Up the street. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where
I know that's a standard question. I work with the sheriffs. I'm going home. Taking my friend home, so that's it.
okay. Where's home at?
Home is that way.
Too much information, officer.
Why are you
Okay.
asking me
Well,
questions?
I can tell you straight up, his address on his license better match the home, right? That's a lawful question I can ask you. I'm asking you where you come from, right? Because I look at people before I come out with
Yeah.
them, right? So we can play these games all day if you want
It's
to.
not a game.
It's
The
very
law is
simple.
not a game.
You're right. It's not a game. So that's why I'm asking you super simple questions right now. Like, where do you live?
Yeah.
Right? It's not a crazy question to ask you.
We are only seconds into this traffic stop, and constitutionally speaking, it has already gone off the rails. Why? Because even if the police have reasonable suspicion to make a traffic stop, for instance, a faulty tag light, they do not have unfettered authority to detain a person indefinitely and interrogate them and go on a fishing expedition that is unrelated to the original reason for the stop, a faulty license plate light. According to the U.S. Supreme Court and Rodriguez, the scope of a traffic stop has to be carefully tailored to the underlying justification of the stop. The mission of a traffic stop is to address the traffic violation that warranted the stop and to attend to any related safety concerns. And the stop may last no longer than is necessary to complete that mission. So what sort of questions can a police officer ask that are related to a stop's purpose? These inquiries include checking the driver's license, determining whether there are any outstanding warrants against the driver, and inspecting the car's registration and proof of insurance. Unrelated inquiries are permitted so long as they do not add time to the stop. A stop is unlawfully prolonged when an officer without reasonable suspicion diverts from the stop's purpose and adds time, any amount of time, to the stop in order to investigate other crimes. So if an investigation of other crimes adds time to the stop for the traffic violation without independent reasonable suspicion, the Fourth Amendment has been violated.
Look at the license. What?
Yeah, so I'm like, y'all get what he's saying, right? All these extra questions that he's asking him, he doesn't need to be asking that. He's extending this stop right now. Like, this is something you can win in court. He's extending the stop right now by asking him where you going, where's home, and all that. Like, look, dude, you said you need my license, my registration, and my insurance. He's provided that information for you. Now, it's your job to go run that shit, not stand at my car door asking me where I'm coming from and where I'm going. And just because the guy doesn't want to answer the question, now the cop is seeming to have an attitude about it. And y'all got to understand, like, look, just tell him I prefer not to answer that, or I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You got to say that shit and just be quiet, man. Like, dude, do what you're going to do. Like, there's no matter of conversation between me and you being the officer that's going to change this stop. You already stopped me. So just go do your job and stop trying to investigate me now. Like, you said my tag light was out. Okay. Here you go. Go run it. If you need to write me a ticket, write me a ticket. If you want to give me a warning, give me a warning. But just go do your job. Stop sitting here asking me dumbass questions and then getting mad that I don't want to answer.
What does it say?
Okay, perfect. All right, come back here while I run you real quick.
Come back with it.
Yep, step back to my car with me while I run you.
Sure, I could, but why do you ask?
I'm telling you, you're gonna come back and
I
step
know, but why do you ask?
It's Pennsylvania v. Memsec.
Now, look, I will tell y'all this as usual because this comes up a lot, and a lot of people seem to not know this. If they're allowed to ask you out of the car, just go back to the back of the car, y'all. Just get it over with. Go over to the back of the car. If he gonna take you to jail, gonna take you to jail. If he just want to be an asshole to get you out, just to get you out, man. Look, just go and do it. He can't search you. He can't do none of that searching shit. But just get out and go on to the back. But they usually do that just to be an asshole. And this guy, I'm trying to tell you, it was a lot of people out here saying that when black people get into issues with the cops, they tell them just comply, just comply, just comply. And they expect you to comply like this when a cop tells you to do something. You see how much, watch how much pushback he's giving the cop about him telling him to get out the car.
And the Fourth Amendment has been violated.
Look at the license. What does it say?
Okay, perfect. All right, come back here while I run you real quick.
Come back with it.
Yep, step back to my car with me while I run you.
Sure, I could, but why do you ask?
I'm telling you, you're gonna come back and
I
step
know, but why do you ask?
It's Pennsylvania v. Mems. I can make anybody do it. Either you step out or I take you to jail.
Well, wait a minute. Is that constitutional law?
Yep.
Say you need more.
No, it's not.
Okay. I'm telling you
what?
right now to come back.
You know what? I don't see any
Can we have
reason
the
for
sergeant,
this.
please? Can I ask for the sergeant?
You can
please?
call in for one.
Well, I'm going to do that because.
That's fine. Everyone's a roadside lawyer, right? Come back here with me real quick.
Wait a minute. Both sides.
And that's why you need to have people around you that know the law. But once again, they tell people all the time to just comply. And these are the same people that would tell somebody else to just comply. Has he complied yet? Now, he took his seatbelt off, but he's letting his friend in the passenger seat stop him from getting out of the car by keep talking. Well, I don't believe that's the law. It is the law, y'all. Everybody, please hear my words. If they ask you to get out of the car on a traffic stop, just get the fuck out the car. Just please get the fuck out the car. Just get out. The Supreme Court has ruled on it. That's the law of the land. They can ask you out of the car. Just get the fuck out the car. Because they be wanting to hem your ass up. They already irritated. That's why they ask you out of the car. They hoping that you pull this shit. Then they gonna put hands on you.
Lawyer.
I'm not going to tell you again. Step out and come back to my car. You're
And
going to
it's been
jail.
like 5-6 times get out that car.
46 Central.
I want a sergeant to come out.
You got a
Another unit.
supervisor on duty?
I do have a supervisor on duty. I'm telling you to exit the vehicle.
No, I want. Can I?
Just comply. Remember that every time y'all see a video with a black person and the first thing they come out their mouth is they say just comply. Remember, they don't comply. Most of the people do not comply with that shit. They do not like being bothered. They do not like being stopped by authority. Most people don't want somebody else telling them what to do, but they will tell you to fucking do it. What's that old saying? Rules for thee, not for me? Because he done asked him out the car like 7-8 times now.
Say something, officer?
You absolutely cannot. I've given you every opportunity.
I'm coming.
Step out
I'm
the car.
coming out. What are you doing? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
I tell you to come out the car.
I
You
said
come
I'm
out.
coming out. What are you doing?
Turn down.
What are you doing? What
Put your hands behind your back.
Easy, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, mister?
46 Central on code 4. I got one on the ground, one in the car.
Why? Come on, man. I'm not resisting here. What is going on here? Hey, we're just talking here, brother. What is
Oh, we're not
going
talking. You're fucked now.
on? What are you doing?
You're good. You're good. There's one in the passenger seat over there. I told him to come out. He didn't want to come out, so that's where we're at.
I did want to come out. I was on my way out.
Just pat him down. He doesn't have to be 10-12. All right, sit up on your butt.
Okay.
Bravo 46 Central. One adult male, 10-15. Yeah, that's when you step out the car like I fucking told you to.
Why are you swearing?
You want to stand up?
Yeah.
Pull your foot in.
Now you see that part right there is unprofessional. I will say that the guy should have just complied and got on out the car, you know. But a lot of people don't think the rules apply to them. They just apply to everybody else. And That's how you got your ass dragged out. He could have did you a lot worse than they do a lot of other folks, bro. Because the motherfucker would probably, with us, they would have just brought a taser out and started punching us in the fucking face. But at least you just got dragged by your arm and you fell on your butt. But that comment right there, that lets you know he was already feeling some type of way about this guy when the guy didn't want to answer his question. He took offense to that. So, you know, the number one rule when it comes to law enforcement is don't make them feel like you disrespected them. Because then they will fuck with you. And even judges know it. And they don't seem to think that's against the law. But either way, though.
I'm with you.
Whoa, hold on. I'm listening here.
The initial justification for the stop was the alleged faulty tag light, but now all of a sudden this guy has been drug out of his car and arrested for failing to get out of his car. The officer cited Pennsylvania versus Mims. Now in Mims, the Supreme Court held that officers may order all drivers out of their vehicles as a matter of course.
Now I want y'all to pay attention to this, because this is case law. This is the case law that the officers keep using, and this is the case law I keep trying to get y'all to remember. Like, it's going to be very hard for you to get around this. Now, he's going to give you the one out that you can get out of this on, but this is case law, so pay attention to this. Pennsylvania v. Mims. Pay attention.
Now, in Mims, the Supreme Court held that officers may order all drivers out of their vehicles as a matter of course whenever they have been stopped for a traffic violation. That simply defines the actions that are available to the officer conducting an already lawful stop. It does not allow an officer to extend a stop that should have already been ended. In fact, the Mims court itself said, "We do not hold today that whenever an officer has an occasion to speak with the driver of a vehicle, he may also order the driver out of the car." In the recent 11th Circuit case, United States versus Campbell, the court warned police officers that safety precautions taken in order to facilitate unrelated detours, i.e. fishing expeditions, are beyond a traffic stop's lawful scope. That then creates an impermissible extension of the stop to take an unjustified detour, and that therefore Mims does not apply to that situation. And that is controlling case law in the 11th Circuit where this stop has occurred. To be clear, police officers can order you out of a car during a traffic stop, but not to frisk or search you, but not to extend the length or scope of the stop, and not to punish you or to go on a fishing expedition.
Now, y'all see all the things when they ask you out. Look, there ain't no frisking and searching. There ain't no patting me down. Even though a lot of cops gonna try to pat you down, anyways. Be like, "Hey man, I don't consent to none of that shit, bro. You can ask me out, but you ain't supposed to be patting me down. You got me stopped for a traffic light, man. Go on, do your thing." But look at all the shit. They can't do it to frisk or search you. They can't do it to extend the length of the stop, to punish you, or to go on a fishing expedition. I mean, it don't really say it just like that in the law, but this is in layman terms for everybody. Officer safety has to be the reason, and just a traffic stop with you outside the car. Yeah, that's it. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple and sweet, y'all. KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Just pay attention, y'all.
Officer safety has to be the reason. So just a traffic stop with you outside of the car.
And look, the officer safety thing don't even make no sense to me. Like, if you feel like I'm a threat in the car, wouldn't I be more of a threat outside of the car with you? I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't get that. It's kind of backwards, but you know.
Is that what Deputy Ortiz was attempting to do here, or was he attempting to get this man out of the car to do one of the impermissible things? Let's see.
Ready?
Yeah, let me stand here, buddy.
No, you can clear it.
All right.
Come back to my car.
What is that? What happened there?
Yeah, come over to my car. Lean against it. Spread your feet. Lean against my car. I told him to come out. Investigating signal 1, he didn't want to come out the car. So,
I can't come out. You didn't allow me to come out.
nope.
Don't be lying. You get a license to come out, brother. You kept sitting there listening to your friend.
This is not a game. I just wanted to know why did you want me to come out? And I was on my way out.
He ain't got. Look, I can understand you want to know why he's asking you out, because you kind of sensed that he was being an asshole to you because you didn't want to answer his questions. But that's besides the point. Get your ass. I'm trying to tell y'all, just get the fuck out the car. Just get your ass out the car, man, for real. Just get your ass out the car. You're gonna get your ass yanked out. I don't care what color of shade you think you is. They're gonna yank your ass out that car, and some of y'all might get a little bit more violent than others. He just got yanked out onto his butt. It can be a lot worse for a lot of other people. Get your ass out the car, man. Just get out.
Oh, I told him. Come take a seat in the back.
Now he going to jail. He going to jail, yo.
Your friend's good. He didn't break the law.
I didn't break the law either. You did.
Oh, you did.
No, you did.
Take a seat for me.
Sure. Ow.
What's your knee?
Man.
What's your knee? You should probably get an Uber to get him home or something.
Unless do you need anything for him?
Nope. He is
You need to
he is
identify
free
him?
to go. He's obviously not taking the car, but he is absolutely free to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Now that lets you know he's being an asshole because he could have let his friend speak to the guy real quick, like, "Hey man, drop my car off at the house, whatever the hell, or just hold on to it. Come pick me up when I get out of jail or whatever the hell." But he's not even gonna let him drive the car. He wants to tow it. The dude done pissed him off, so now he gonna do everything he needs to do. And you heard the other officer talking about he doesn't need to be identified. Why would he need to be identified when it's a traffic stop for a tail light? And it kind of looked like the tail light's on, to be honest with y'all, from this angle. But the other cop, he on the bullshit too. He all about breaking the law too. Does he need to be identified? No, sir. He does not. He was just a passenger in a vehicle where the driver got arrested. That's all you need to know.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you have any questions of us?
Don't it look like that tail light is on right there, y'all? Don't it look like the tail light is on? I don't know if it's on or not. Well, the door's open, so it might be on because he took the key out earlier, but it looked like that bitch on. Either that reflection off that cop light is really bright and it's making it seem like it's little bulbs on in that bitch because it looked like it's on to me.
Well, I would like to speak to the sergeant.
I told you a couple times you got to call him. Does he need to get?
And I see that right there. You can tell he definitely on ass. So no, if he requests a supervisor, you have to call him. I don't get this shit where people keep these cops just got the audacity to be like, yeah, you pick up the phone and call him. It's like, no, you call your supervisor. That's your police policy. It ain't the law, but it's your policy.
Anything out of the car?
We have record. Do you have any property in the car? You know what I'm saying? I didn't pull my gun on you, so you're good. What do you need from me?
I'm just gonna inventory and then write it up, and I mean it's quick.
Okay. What happened? You want me to-
Oh, dude, so I pull him over a tag light. I come up, I'm like, "Where you coming from?" Because I saw them come out, but
All right, now hold up. You said tail light when you first started with the stop. Now you're saying tag light.
bar over there.
Mhm.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not playing a question. I was like,
Oh. Where's your phone? What is your phone?
was it
I got this.
was it this one, the one mounted in the center? I feel like that'd
Is
be
it
the
blue
driver.
one? In the black. Oh, is it in this case? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was cool.
Oh my god. So I told him to step out of the car because he was like, I asked him for the registration, license, and insurance. He couldn't remember. He kept asking over and over stuff like, "Oh, this dude might be drunk."
Okay.
I told him, "Hey, step out of the car."
Yeah, he had a bunch of.
You heard that? You heard that?
Oh my god. So I told him to step out of the car because he was like, I asked him for the registration, license, and insurance. He couldn't remember. He kept asking over and over stuff like, "Oh, this dude might be drunk."
Okay.
I told him, "Hey, step out of the car."
Yeah, he had a bunch of open like little bottles of taters.
Oh, I gave him a bunch of opportunities too, and he didn't. And then I told him to step out, hold him out, and we went to the ground. And it is what it is, whatever.
Oh.
So. Four six.
Digging through that shit. He ain't really digging through a lot though.
Yeah, I was just about to
Going
stop
in the
on
trunk now. He's going in the trunk.
And I heard your voice.
This had to be down there in Florida, y'all. It had to be down there in Florida, man. They got some great cops.
Damn it!
Yeah. I give him so many opportunities, it's not even funny.
Terrible. Wait for it to come back, y'all. They trying to get me again. Man, I really think it's just my internet. Cause it'll do good one week and then it'll do bad another week and it'll do good again and then bad another. That don't even make no damn sense. But he did tell the truth right there. He did give the guy multiple opportunities to get out of the vehicle, and he chose not to. Now, does he have to tow his shit and do all this? No, he doesn't have to do that, but he's gonna do it because he felt like he was disrespected.
Well, he just didn't want to get out of the car.
Yeah, he didn't want to get out. And I knew that's why he's being dodgy about the fact he just came out the bar. Being fucking.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to.
He's drunk as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's. I'm telling you, dude, as I'm talking, that's all I'm getting. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see walking pattern, and we never even got to walking pattern. So whatever.
Do you have any observations?
Not enough. It was literally just the.
So he was trying. Look, they got him on camera, so that's why I think the civil rights lawyer is saying what he's saying, because he'll be able to prove that, like, look, he was extending the stop, and he'll try to get it on just those grounds. I don't know if that will fly, but technically he did extend the stop because he was trying to get him out to see if he was drunk or not because it was for officer safety or any of those other reasons. It was to go on that fishing expedition, and I think that was listed in the different things he said. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, let me see. I think it was right here. Yeah. Police officers can order you out of the car during a traffic stop, but not to punish you or to go on a fishing expedition, which is summarized. Obviously, the law says a little bit different, but that is exactly what he was trying to do. So I think that's what he's trying to relate to right now to get us to understand.
Whatever.
Do you have any observations?
Not enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
man, them tag lights are on. Them tail lights are on, and he told that dude tail light in the beginning. Matter of fact, let me go back real quick. Like I'm gonna go back, y'all. I think he said his tail light was out. I think that's what he said.
Hey, I pulled you over because your tag light's out.
No, he's okay. Tag light. He said tag light. I couldn't see the tag light, so I don't know if that tag light. Well, hold up. Let's look at it right here. His tag light is on. Unless I don't know. I can't tell. That could be the officer's flashlight. I don't know. He might have got him on that one, but I don't know, man. If the other lights are working, most of the time that bulb is still working too. That bulb lasts a long time.
When I came up to talk to him, it was registration, insurance, license. He's like, give me one. He's like, what else? Then he stops. Like, I need your registration, insurance. Goes back. What else? Yeah, but that's it. So I'm just gonna do the resisting.
I'm telling you, folks, they not your friend. When they stop your ass, they stopping to try to get something. He trying to get some money out of you by taking your ass to jail. They're not stopping you to ask you how your day was going. No, beat up man Buick.
That's actually funny to think about.
I used to have one of those, y'all. It was all white, but they had the front grill was missing. Buick Sabres, bro, they ride smooth though. I was thinking the engine compartment pretty clean, even for how old the car is.
All right, I'm gonna write it up. Probably have it done by the tow truck. By the time tow truck's here. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Sabra.
And now the truth comes out. The whole faulty tag light allegation was just a pretextual stop in order to further or facilitate a DUI allegation investigation. And while pretextual stops are legal according to the courts, there still has to be reasonable suspicion for any detention. And here the reasonable suspicion was the faulty tag light. There would still have to be some other reasonable suspicion or probable cause to detain this individual for a DUI investigation. Here, Deputy Ortiz admits to his colleague after the arrest that he made no personal observations indicating that this guy was drunk.
Do you have any observations?
Not enough. It was literally just the failure.
Contact. I'm not talking about driving.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's when I came up to talk to him, it was registration, insurance, license. He's like, give me one. He's like, what else? Then he stops. Like, I need your registration, insurance. Goes back. What else? Yeah, but that's it. So
basically, it was just a hunch. That's the direction his investigation was going, and he implies that's the reason he was pulling him out of the car so that he could attempt to make observations, so he could fish for incriminating evidence for his DUI hunch. In other words, he did not pull this guy out of the car as a safety precaution under Pennsylvania versus Mims. As the 11th Circuit explained, using Pennsylvania versus Mims is a safety precaution, and it's not to be misused in order to facilitate a detoured investigation that's unrelated to the reason for the traffic stop. So he could have used Pennsylvania versus Mims to get the guy out of the car to write the ticket or warning for the faulty tag light just with the driver standing outside of the car. But he was not constitutionally allowed to get the guy out of the car under the guise of doing that, but for the real purpose of then being able to observe him walk and see if he can walk straight or see if he smells like alcohol or whatever. This Officer of the Year admits to his colleague that he violated the Constitution.
Do you have any observations?
Hey man, look, I guess that's why you got to pay the big bucks to get a good lawyer. Because if he can get that to fly in court, the dude will save him a lot of time. Resisting arrest, bro, you don't want that on your charge, because every time you get stopped now, they're gonna see that shit on you, and they already gonna be acting a little different towards you. Just like if somebody pulled up and was like, yeah, you're known for running from police. Like they pull your tag up and it shows it's on your record. Like, bro, they already gonna be treating you a little bit different than the norm. But look, if he can argue that case and win it in court, man, salute to him on that one. I just know my black ass got that charge. I don't think they're gonna let me win on that. I just don't have the biggest confidence in America to think I would win that, get my case dismissed on that. But either way though,
Not enough.
Now, had he observed independent reasonable suspicion for a detention for a DUI investigation, that would be different. This whole thing was supposed to be a traffic stop about a tag light. But like these instances all over the country, you have these minor traffic violations that police officers pretend like they're investigating or writing tickets for, but where they're really going on fishing expeditions and they're escalating the situations. And God forbid anyone caught up in something like this exercises their constitutional rights not to be forced to admit that they just left a bar, for instance. The courts say we have a constitutional right to not answer those questions, that officers can ask them so long as they don't prolong the stop, but we don't have to answer them. So here, this guy was not only being forced to be a part of this prolonged unconstitutional stop, but he was effectively forced to answer questions. And since he did not answer the questions that he wasn't supposed to have to answer, he was forcibly and violently pulled out of the car, probably excessive force used on him, in my opinion, because there was no immediate safety threat to this officer to justify the amount of violence that we see as far as him being pulled out of the car, yanked out of the car, dragged across the asphalt. It all appears to me to be an unconstitutional level of force used for an unconstitutional purpose, and that is retaliating against the man for invoking his rights to remain silent and not answering those questions. Perhaps the local criminal justice system there in Volusia County needs to take a closer look at Deputy Ortiz and how he's protecting and serving his community, because he certainly...
Why is it always these weird looking motherfuckers that don't look like they get no pussy? That y'all ever notice? It's always some weird looking cop. Oh, smush mellow ass motherfucker, man. Look, it's always some weird looking motherfuckers, man.
Because he certainly does not appear to respect constitutional rights.
Everyone's a roadside lawyer, right? That's when you step out the car like I fucking told you to. They wanted to play constitutional rights.
Hard, y'all.
If I receive any additional information, I'd be happy to do an...
And also, OT is talking hard, y'all. He was talking hard. Man, look, I'll just tell you, man, just get out the car. Get out the car. If he can get him off on this situation right here, and look, good luck to you, bro. I'm not the most confident in that, but if he can get you off, he can get you off. But I want to start off a little slow, y'all. We're gonna start off a little slow because we gotta build this thing up. We gotta build this thing up. Because that one is the least egregious. That's the least egregious of the night. But this next one, y'all gonna like it. Either way though, let's jump right back into it. Civil rights lawyer again, baby.
You gonna lose your man.
I ain't gonna lose. You're gonna lose your freedom because you get to go to jail today, mother.
So Melvindale police officers free on $50,000 bond tonight after being charged in 3 separate assault cases.
Remember Lieutenant...
Hey, look at that Johnny Bravo looking motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you, man, majority of the time it's a weird looking motherfucker. That bitch look like Johnny Bravo.
On $50,000 bond tonight after being charged in 3...
Damn, Johnny Bravo looking at that motherfucker. Need to fade them sideburns up, man. What y'all doing around here?
3 separate assault cases.
Remember Lieutenant Furman from Melvindale, Michigan?
I was terrified from
My
you.
hands were
You
up.
terrified me.
I
You
didn't
scared
even
me.
have anything in my hand.
You scared me.
Back in January, I covered the footage of him
Asshole.
pulling this guy out of his car and tasing him unnecessarily,
Turn around, hands on the roof. Stop or you will get tasered. It's on video, retard.
noting that Furman had previously been suspended, charged, convicted, fired, and then rehired, and asking, why is this guy still there?
The defendant used coarse language, threw a food bowl across a kitchen.
Do you think he understands de-escalation?
Oh, no, I don't.
Well, now he has been criminally charged.
I don't know why it took that damn long for you to try to cover for him, and then realize you couldn't cover for him, and you just had to say the truth. That's crazy.
But it's not over yet. His criminal defense lawyer is now being quoted in the media as saying that he's not taking any plea deal. He's taking it to trial, and he thinks he's going to beat the charges, and he's not going anywhere.
All right, now here we go, Thurman.
And then on March 31st, I did a second video on him showing how he treated this mom waiting on her daughter in a school parking lot.
Lieutenant Furman, Melvindale Police Department. I'm our traffic enforcement officer. Lose the attitude and do as you're instructed.
I don't understand. I didn't even do anything.
I'll
I'm
be
just
at
waiting
BBT
for my
school
daughter
parking.
to
Hand me the
my
key.
children is in here.
I give you a lawful
Okay.
order, and I'm worried about my safety because you're not doing what I told
Sir,
you.
no.
Out of the vehicle. You're gonna be.
Now look, y'all, this one right here, I remember this one. If you're just sitting in your car, bro, that's not a traffic stop. You can mind your business, you in a parking spot. That's not a traffic stop. That's where that ordering you out the car. I remember when we had that conversation. That's where that shit is a little blurred right there. But yeah, man, he did that lady dirty. Now y'all seeing how he's treating this black lady compared to how that other cop treated that white lady, that white dude. Like the veracity, like the level, the aggression level is way different.
And do as you're instructed.
I don't understand. I didn't even do anything.
I'll
I'm
be
just
at
waiting
BBT
for my
school
daughter
parking.
to
Hand me the
my
key.
children is in here.
I give you a lawful
Okay.
order, and I'm worried about my safety because you're not doing what I told
Sir, no.
you. Out of the vehicle. You're gonna be tasered. Oh, when I tell you to do something, you do it. I told you you're making me concerned for my safety. You want to play games? Now we play games. I was terrified from
My
you.
hands were
You
up.
terrified me.
I
You
didn't
scared
even
me.
have anything.
I think about it. He was terrified. He was scared, so he engaged with the person. You got up close on the person, but you was terrified. He's being antagonistic towards the lady that he just aggressively brutalized. Talking about taser. Did y'all hear the other cop talk about anything about a taser? Nah, but this woman, she can catch a taser.
You scared me.
Even creating an AI song about Furman.
Officer Furman was a feared man. He came from Melvindale, Michigan.
Why do you think that throughout your career you have continued to be accused of excessive force?
You will not get up without our permission. I got shit the
Do you have the temperament to be a police officer?
When I tell you to do something, you do it. End of story.
And yet again, I asked, why is he still there? In his 12 years on the job, this Melvindale, Michigan police officer has been suspended, criminally charged, fired, and then brought back. So why is he still there? He openly mocks
making the
them.
money,
He's
that's
openly rude to them. He openly provokes them. And then he goes on the TV news and he brags about it. Why is he still there? Well, according to a Detroit Free Press article from a couple of days ago, they said that for years, Melvindale police officer Matthew Furman was a cash cow for the city of Melvindale, bringing in $500,000 a year annually in towing fees, more than any other cop.
I guess y'all, that's their answer right there. Why was he still on the force? I think we figured it out. He was good for business. That's why. Because the business ain't protecting and serving the community. The business is bringing in extra revenue from the same people that we're taxing to pay us to do this job to extort them for even more money. That's why he was still in the force. He was good for business, y'all.
So for years, he escaped prosecution for his alleged assaultive behavior. He has been cited for excessive force during his storied career at least 7 times, and yet still has his job.
Do you have the temperament to be a police officer?
When I tell you to do something, you do it. End of story. Step out of the car. Turn around. Hands on the hood. Hands on the roof! Sit down and shut the up!
But now the Wayne County, Michigan.
Now y'all see how black folks be getting treated compared to how they were treating the white folks. Did anybody see a difference, or am I just playing the race card? I know the answer. I'm just playing the race card.
Prosecutor is after him, and he was arraigned on new charges on Friday, August 8th, a fresh batch of misdemeanor assault and battery charges.
So Melvindale police officers free on $50,000 bond tonight after being charged in 3 separate assault cases.
Mr. Furman, can you state your name, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Matthew Furman.
Matthew Furman only heard over Zoom, but never shown. The judge issuing him a $50,000 personal bond.
I don't think a no contact order is a problem, nor do I think a tether should be a problem.
This was for 3 different incidents. In 2021, his officers held down a Taylor man who had fled from a traffic stop. Furman allegedly kicked the man multiple times in his leg and in his ankle while he was being handcuffed.
Look, Furman over here stomping on a white leg, y'all. That was a white leg he was stepping on. So Furman just they like to rough up everybody, don't he?
We actually see the officers warning each other that they're being recorded via body cam. Then they stop. Then there was the April 3rd.
That would be a dead giveaway that this is a fucked up police department where they fuck people up. Cameras all around, guys. Okay, stop. Like what? Like that should have been investigated right there.
13th, 2024 incident involving the Detroit woman in a school parking lot where she was found to have had expired plates and no insurance. As I detailed in that video, Furman tasered the woman while forcing her out of the vehicle. Then there was the other video I did from the July 20th, 2024 incident in Melvindale where Furman tasered this man, kicked him, and placed his foot on his ribs after pulling him over for, again, improper plates. The same prosecutor back in 2019 also criminally charged Lieutenant Furman, but later decided to drop the assault and battery charges in exchange for his pleading no contest to neglect of duty for disrespecting an intoxicated man while responding to a disorderly conduct complaint. And now, 6 years later, the same prosecutor, the same criminal defendant, Lieutenant Furman. Up until now, Furman was on.
That's what happened when you got certain positions in society. You attain certain positions in society. We are in a fucked up one where just because you got a job or position, or you like the CEO of some shit like that, they'll give you a better pass than they'll give to the average citizen. When you achieve certain positions of power, you would think you would be judged more harshly than the person that doesn't have any. Nope, it's completely opposite. Protect the people in power, fuck up the people that ain't got shit, that can't fight for themselves. That's our society that we live in. And it seems like a lot of people are okay with that.
Paid psychological leave from the Melvindale Police Department.
That was a fat ass black lady. That's the so-called prosecutor. She a piece of shit too.
Stemming from trauma he allegedly endured in the wake of a shooting death of fellow officer Mohammed Saeed, who was killed in the line of duty last year. In light of the new charges, however, the Melvindale Police Department announced Friday that Furman is now on unpaid leave, pending an outside investigation by the Michigan State Police. The Melvindale Police Department declined to further comment on the pending accusations. At his arraignment, 24th District Court Judge Richard Page released Furman on a $50,000 personal bond and ordered him to surrender any firearms he owns. He also ordered him to wear a tether while out on bond and prohibited him from having any contact with the victims. However, Furman's lawyer, Royal Oak attorney Dennis Whitty, said that he looks forward to a vigorous fight in court. This is what he said. "We're not looking for a plea offer. We are looking forward to going to trial," said Whitty, who believes 100% that he will convince the jury that Furman broke no law. "There's more than meets the eye with these things," Whitty said. "Once we get in front of a jury, they may say, hey, he's a jerk, or he's an ass. But is it criminal?"
Were these magic grits? I mean, did you buy them from the same guy who sold Jack his beanstalk bean?
Whitty argues it's not. He also said that the Melvindale Police Department has consistently supported Furman throughout the years when he faced excessive force allegations of all sorts. The Melvindale Police Department knew about all of these prior cases and never took any official action, Whitty said. They didn't see a problem. They said it was justified use of force. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole problem here.
He's been accused of aggressive behavior 3 separate times dating back to 2021, but somehow he was always reinstated.
Starting back in 2019, that is when Matthew Foreman took a plea deal, getting a year of probation and coming back to work here at the Melvindale Police Department. But it didn't take long for those complaints to continue piling up, with another incident, like you said, in 2021, and then 2 more just last year. Lawsuits pile up, leaving many to wonder why these complaints against Foreman took so long to address, something the Police Officers Association of Michigan also questions, saying,
yeah, every time some shit like this comes out and you find out about a bad apple, well, at least the citizens do, everybody just tossing their hands up like they don't know what happened. Like they don't know what happened. This is amazing to me. God, this is really happening. And it be the people who are supposed to be in place that stop this shit from happening. Everybody don't know nothing. Don't nobody know nothing, right? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Taking swifter action locally to remove bad apples is far better than allowing problems to grow until they make headlines.
This has been going on for it looks like 3 or 4 years, and I'm curious as to why there hasn't been some action taken in advance.
Furman's lawyer also said it doesn't look
because your bitch ass probably fucking protected him. You look at the dude's title. Police Officer Association of Michigan President. Y'all defend these fuckers. Every time they're about to get suspended, they're about to get charged with something, who jumps in? Y'all! And you saying what?
Taken in advance.
Furman's lawyer also said it doesn't look pretty by any means. But Furman did what he had to do to stay alive. One of the
y'all picture that, man. The motherfucker that whole organization defends cops when they try to fire them, when the police department tries to fire them. They come in, the little police union association come in and fights on the officer side. When they beat up somebody, the lawsuit come in, they come in and say, nah, the officer don't need to be charged with a crime. We just need to fight that civil lawsuit with all this shit. And he's sitting around here talking about, how is this allowed to go on for so long? Because of you, motherfucker. You a part of the problem. It's amazing to me when people get called out for shit. They be like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. How did this happen?
Things that's drilled into his head is
crazy,
you have to go home at the end of the day. And there is a real fear that you won't go home at the end of the night. His attitude may seem gruff, but it's a survival instinct.
When I tell you to do something, you do it. End of story. Hands on the roof.
That's what I was
Sit
told.
down and shut the up. Turn around, hands on the roof. Stop or you will get tasered. It's on video, retard.
Whitty, a retired police officer himself from the River Rouge Force, gee, no surprise there, said he has known Furman for years and described him as a laid-back guy who takes his job very seriously.
Well, you
will not get up without our permission.
Man, I gotta
sit the down.
I am sitting down. You pulling my hair. You gonna lose your man.
I ain't gonna lose. You're gonna lose your freedom because you get to go to jail today, mother.
He's a good officer, Whitty said. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't one of those cops who would sit in the corner and wait for his calls.
When they talk about being tough on crime, sometimes that means being tough on criminals. You know, people say, well, Furman uses too much force. He's too aggressive. He's a robot. And again, my goal is to go home alive.
You want to play games? Now we play games.
So you're justifying violating people's civil rights and abusing them? And you think it's funny. He said it with a smile. Yeah, it must be nice to have him in their city.
I was terrified from you. You terrified me. You scared me. You scared me.
My priority is doing whatever I have to do to go home. And if that means somebody gets tasered, then somebody's getting tasered. But I'm going home to my family and my friends. That's my number one goal.
Well, that is exactly the problem, isn't it? If your number one goal is your own personal safety, if that's all you're concerned about, wouldn't it be best just to throw a grenade into every car that you stop, just to make sure that you're safe? That way, as long as you're not hit by shrapnel, you're basically guaranteed to go home safe that night. But that would be constitutionally problematic, because then you're engaging in unjustified...
Man, hold up now. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I might need that clip. How do you pull a grenade and throw... You got both front windows open and you tell me you throw it to the one closed?
Or that you stop, just to make sure that you're safe. That...
Like, how? How? I might need to get that as a clip.
Way, as long as you're not hit by shrapnel, you're basically guaranteed to go home safe that night. But that would be constitutionally problematic, because then you're engaging in unjustified uses of excessive force against people in violation of the Fourth Amendment. Officer safety is always an important consideration. Officers are allowed to use violence in self-defense and in defense of others where reasonably necessary. And obviously, throwing grenades at traffic stops would be unreasonable. Tasing people unnecessarily is unconstitutional for the same reason. There are circumstances where police officers can tase people, but it has to be justified under the circumstances. Just because there's some passive resistance to some order a police officer is giving does not justify tasers to be used, even if it's safer for the officer to do it that way. Regardless of what Furman's lawyer thinks or may want to argue, that's what the law is in Melvindale, Michigan, which is in the 6th Federal Circuit. He can look at a case called Browning versus Edmondson, where qualified immunity was denied to a police officer for tasing the occupant of a vehicle during a traffic stop, where it was a minor traffic offense, where there was passive resistance or just mere non-compliance with commands, and in response to that, the officer just escalated straight to violence. The court said that failure to exit a vehicle is not active resistance and does not justify the use of a taser. And that is exactly what Furman did to the mom in the parking lot.
Give me the
My
key.
children is in here.
I gave you a lawful
Okay.
order, and I'm worried about my safety because you're not doing what I told you.
Sir, no.
Out of the vehicle. You're going to be tasered.
And it's also what he did to Mr. Williams.
Step out of the vehicle now.
Yes.
Next thing is you get tasered. Get out of the car.
And this is a major problem with bad cops. They take a very minor situation, a traffic stop, for instance, and they escalate it to violence, usually tasing, where it's really not justified in the interest of officer safety. Yeah, it may work really well. It may be efficient. It may provide a greater probability of officer safety. But like I said, so would throwing grenades. Everything has to be reasonable. This guy is the epitome of unreasonable, which is why he mockingly says that I'm afraid of you. I'm scared of you.
I was terrified from
My
you.
hands were
You
up.
terrified me.
I
You
didn't
scared
even
me.
have anything in my hand.
You scared me.
Like he admitted, he's playing a game.
When I tell you to do something, you do it. I told you you're making me concerned for my safety. You want to play games? Now we
Understand like he's trying to put like some bass in his voice. I told you to not. Like it sounds like he's trying to put some bass in his voice. I don't think he naturally sounds like that.
play games.
But at the same time, when prosecutors are coming after you, they're trying to lock you up. Furman, just like the rest of us, has that right to go in front of a jury of his peers and make whatever argument might work. Here, his lawyer appears to be confident that he can make the argument that, well, law enforcement is like making sausage. It doesn't look good, but it's necessary. Basically arguing that he was acting in good faith. It's long been a saying among trial lawyers that, when the law is on your side, you argue the law. When the facts are on your side, you argue the facts. The law is clearly not on his side. He's going with a factual argument with an emotional appeal to the jury that probably wants to trust and help law enforcement, just inherently. So that may be a good argument.
Yeah, 'cause
But in
a lot
my
of people
opinion,
brainwashed.
it just doesn't line up with this video footage of how he actually is.
It's on video, retard.
You gonna lose your bag.
I ain't gonna lose. You're gonna lose your freedom because you get to go to jail today, mother.
So we'll just have to see what happens. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know
And
in a
I
comment.
think he gonna get in front of the right jury, because they gonna try their best to put him in front of the right jury, and he's gonna get off on all charges. I just gotta guess. Just gotta guess, y'all. It's like it happens too often. It happens entirely too often. We know it. We see it all the time, man. In this country that we live in, especially depending on the color of the suspect, like these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about fucking you up. They don't care. They do not care. And others, I'm talking about the citizens. I ain't even talking about the cops. I'm talking about the citizens we have in our country. They don't be giving a fuck. They take the side of the police officer every fucking time. They look for reasons to try to justify what they did when it's plain as day that they wrong. We see it when they do it in just regular situations in life. You can tell when they fucking be on that bullshit. I'm like, man, bro, you seen he and touched like 12 kids and shit. Well, those people. Well, what about those motherfuckers? There's so many of them. But look, I might, depending on how this video go, I might give y'all one more. But this is the one that I'm talking about where a judge actually does the right thing. I want y'all to hear this police report that this guy has on him because he's in court for supposedly like resisting and all this other stuff. So like I like this judge out there in Texas, man. I think he might be in the Houston area. I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. But he makes really good judgments. But we got Miss Jackson in the building. I bet money we got an echo. Go ahead and say something.
I hope not tonight.
A little bit, but I think we can get by with it. But man, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell the people what it is, where to find you at. Hold on, we gotta fix your audio. Let me see. Say something now.
Yeah, it might be the.
Yeah, because I can hear it through your speaker. Like, yeah, we gotta. Anyway, though, look, I'm gonna turn it off and mute myself while you talking. Go ahead.
All right. I'm Kenique Jackson. You can catch me at School for Justice, where we live, love, and laugh, and learn and exercise our rights. Just glad to be on another evening, another night here in the building with you all, and we are, covering police brutality. So I just want to jump in on the content, Jay. Before I caught you, had a pretty busy day and stuff. So I just wanted to catch up with you real quick.
Man, I got you. Well, here, check it. I want to get your thoughts on this situation that's about to pop up right here, because this is a judge out in Texas, y'all, and he makes honest and fair judgments, and I wish we had more judges like him. But I want y'all to hear to what the guy that's standing right here is being charged with, and this is pretty much his hearing to see if he can. We're gonna squash this right now, or we're gonna have to send this shit to trial or whatever the fuck. So check this out real quick, like.
All right, folks, buckle up because this case is appearing with a pub behind all charge. So be break something, they're going to a $2,000 fine. Be careful because you break something, you're gonna catch another charge. So be careful banging on those windows because they break very easily. All right. So you were Michael Jones. Mr. Jones, we're talking about you, so that's why I wanted to bring you out. It's only fair that you get to hear what's going on with your case. Your lawyer wants to challenge probable cause in this case. You're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. That's what you're charged with. I don't know. So I'm going to have them read, and we're going to do probable cause to see whether we're going to go forward or not. Okay? Okay. What happened?
On January 10th, 2025, the officers in official uniforms and riding in a bar.
Now, this is the prosecution. Y'all gonna read the story now. Here we go. Because y'all got to see how this shit work when you're up in there sometimes, depending on what you're in there for. Because otherwise it'd be different, especially depending on state too. The process is a little bit different. But this is what the prosecutor's about to say. This is what the state is saying they're charging him with. Listen to this dumb shit.
On January 10th, 2025, the officers in official uniforms and riding in a marked patrol vehicle were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant standing outside the location, being told to leave by the resident, to which the defendant refused by verbally yelling at the resident in a loud, aggressive tone of voice. The officer announced themselves and observed the defendant begin to walk away. The officer gave the defendant a verbal command to put his hands behind his back, and the defendant pulled his hand away. The defendant refused to comply with verbal commands, and the defendant held his arms to his chest as the officer attempted to detain him. The defendant continued to refuse additional commands to stop resisting and put hands behind his back. He yelled at the officer in an aggressive tone and shouted out loud, "Don't let them take me." The officer performed a leg sweep and continued to struggle handcuffing the defendant due to him pulling away. The officer began to roll around while on the ground and reached the officer's hands to prevent him from being placed in handcuffs. The officer continued to give commands, and the defendant continued to refuse.
I get it. But what's he doing? I mean, he's walking away. That's what.
Like, think about the judge is hearing it perfectly, man. He go first off before he go into breaking history down. Jackson, give me your thoughts on what they said so far.
Right. So his attorney is, I guess, stressing what went down, what was the narrative of the story, and protecting his rights.
That's the prosecution. The prosecution.
Okay, we got the DA in the house. All right. So he just building his case. Then he's building the case so far. The evidence he's presenting to the judge, so far of which direction he going with this.
All right, let's keep grinding. Let's keep grinding.
they wanted. Right?
So,
Yeah.
Just losing?
So, Your Honor, in this case, to read the full dim, it was the disturbance call, and they said they observed him standing outside the above location, being told to leave, and they observed him verbally refuse, and then...
Right, but then cops get up there.
And then they observed him begin to walk away, and it says they approached Jones and observed he was intoxicated in a public place based on his slurred speech, pupil size, and...
Didn't say that.
That was in the complete dims, Your Honor. And then it
Do you know about that?
And
Yes,
aggressive
Judge,
behavior.
but
Okay,
I
go
have my
ahead.
argument prepared. Judge, my argument is exactly what you started to say. There's some sort of disturbance. Somebody's asking him to leave. They're yelling and screaming at each other. Police coming up and saying, hey, I'm the police. You can walk away from that all day long. My client did walk away from that. My client's loud and emotional, as you can tell here today. You're allowed to walk away emotional, yelling, screaming, even using profanity in this state if you want to. Then the cops come up to him and suddenly there's some kind of unfounded allegation of intoxication. There's absolutely no facts other than that statement. I smell marijuana. You look intoxicated, because it looks like he walked away and the cops didn't want him to walk away. And so now they need a reason to arrest him.
Here's where the defense starts hitting hard. And this is
And they didn't even say nothing about it. I only know, I didn't hear it, but I didn't hear about the intoxication part when the prosecutor was saying what they saying. But pretty much the motherfucker just, y'all get a call. These two motherfuckers, he probably arguing with his girl. That's what it sound like. He's arguing with his girl and he arguing with another dude. And they like, bro, get the fuck on up out of here. The police pull up, seeing them arguing. And then as soon as he see the police, he start to walk the fuck away. And then y'all go try to chase him down. When it was a call for this person won't leave. Well, the person's leaving now that y'all showed up. Your job is done, buddy. But no, we want to keep fucking with the guy. We want to run up on him and try to get him on something. That's what it seemed like to me. Ms. Jackson, any thoughts on that?
Right. And I had the prosecutor mixed up with the attorney. So yeah, they just saw some an issue going down, but no crime being committed. So they volunteered themselves in the situation. Not necessarily that they was called on the scene. And so, it died down once their presence was known. And then they just created a problem of wanted to bring a reason to arrest this guy on something bogus. So yeah, it's just, it ain't even adding up right now.
Yeah, you didn't do it. You got to, what investigation at? What, like, can we get an investigation before y'all just run up and tell somebody to stop? Because people can stand outside and yell at each other. We do it at football games every day. We do it at baseball games. We do it at fucking political debates. We do it all across America. Everybody ain't going to jail for just yelling at each other. And when the nigga walked away, you should have let him walk away. But you wanted to create a problem. But either way, though, let's let it keep going, because it's funny, because the judge is hearing this shit.
is important for you to understand. In Texas, you can't be charged with interfering with a public servant unless the arrest or detention itself was lawful. The defense is arguing that the police essentially had no legal reason to escalate the situation once Jones began to leave. That's a massive point, because if the initial stop wasn't justified, everything that happened after could be considered fruit of the poisonous tree, legally tainted evidence.
My argument is based on if he's charged with interference with a public servant, that doesn't come until later. He has to be lawfully arrested and lawfully detained or lawfully with the police before that even occurs. Walking away when a resident tells you to leave and all you've got in your sworn statement is, we identified ourselves as police, so what? Everything that happens after that is fruit of the poisonous tree.
So they go up and they see that he possibly could be intoxicated. So does it go into a potential public intox investigation?
If it does, they need to announce that. You can't just walk up to me and say, I'm the police, stop. We don't live in that kind of society. I'm the police, I need to investigate you, so therefore stop all day long. I'm the police, we're investigating, I need you to step aside, sir, so I can investigate this matter all day long. But hey, I'm the popo.
So the reasonable suspicion we have is they begin to investigate.
Hold on, let's say that one more time. She's trying to be hit right there. She's trying to be cool right there, y'all. She's trying to be cool. They're trying to be cool. Y'all need to stop doing that shit, white folks. I'm just being honest with you. That shit a little cringe, but I gotta play it again.
Matter all day long. But hey, I'm the popo.
All right, either way, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's keep going. We're getting back to be serious. Miss Jackson,
Yeah, the popo in the house. Yeah.
That shit, I just don't like that. That should be so cringe when I see the motherfucker do that shit. Like, stop trying to be black. That shit is not cool. That shit is weird. On the popo, okay.
The reasonable suspicion we have is they begin to investigate what?
So
a criminal trespass.
They're called a disturbance, and they saw him yelling, being aggressive, and then as he walked away, that's when they saw.
So the trespass investigation ceases because he's leaving.
Right.
Yes or no?
It's not specified to be a trespass, Your Honor. It's specified just to be a disturbance.
That's what it is. Okay, but it's a trespass that they're investigating a trespass, right? I mean, for all intents and purposes.
Yes, that's exactly. And the judge is, he's hitting it on the head. Y'all were called there because there was a person that wouldn't leave. When y'all got there, y'all saw the motherfucker leaving. It's a trespass call. What are you talking about?
Isn't that what it is? The investigation begins as a trespass investigation because he's there.
Yeah.
Homeowners asked him to leave. He's refused to leave. So cops come and he begins to leave. So at that point, all should have ceased. But the cops go up to try to.
Yes. Well, in this case, Your Honor, it would be that, yes, he attempted to leave, but once the officers arrived, so they would still need to investigate to determine if the trespass even occurred, to determine,
He's leaving.
He's walking.
He's leaving, right? It's like, here, let me come and mess with you more.
That would only.
Right? So it's like adding fuel to a fire.
But they would still have grounds to investigate, and furthermore, with the further signs of possible public intoxication, it would.
And that's why, look, I really want a lot of people to understand this. A lot of people need to understand what trespassing laws are. If these motherfuckers tell you to leave and you don't leave, they call the police. Let's say you stick around, because we covered a video on this like a couple weeks ago, or maybe like last week. They call the police. The police get there and the police say, hey, look, they want you to leave. You need to leave. That's all that's supposed to happen. You supposed to leave. If the police show up and they see you leaving, that's the end of the situation. The problem is a lot of folks, especially the one we covered last week, they wanted to take it further. The guy wasn't even on the property when they showed up. He was down the street, but they wanted to identify him. They fucked him up and hemmed him up, never charged him with anything, but took him to jail, kidnapped him, and now he got a lawsuit going against their ass. The whole process of this shit is, look, if you don't leave an establishment, these people done told you to leave, the cops can show up and they tell you, look, you need to go. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it. You just get up and you go. All this, give me your ID. We need to write all this shit up. No. That's not how trespass works in none of these states. And a lot of people don't get that. They thinking that they got to get this man's ID. They want to find out who he is, where he live, and all this stuff. Run him in their system because they got called because somebody said he needed to leave. No, that nigga get to leave. You do that shit if he comes back. If he comes back, now he's trespassed. But I don't think they know how that shit work. I think they just want to get everybody's fucking ID all the time. And they mad that he was just walking away. He didn't have to stop. But Miss Jackson, you give me your thoughts.
Yeah, so I find it ironic how the officers contradict themselves. Anytime there's an issue, a debate, or, a situation going down, disturbance of peace, the first order they make is for you all to leave or separate from one another.
Everybody disperse.
Yeah, so what a hypocrisy that it will become a problem that, they did leave on their own. When officers bust on the scene, they was there to resolve the issue. And when they seen that it was, everybody going their separate ways, why would you want to add fuel to the fire and create an issue? So I just find it ironic, man, the hypocrisy of, because that's the first thing that they definitely enforce and initiate is to separate yourself and to leave before a problem escalates out of control.
Look, and that's why I tell people all the time, man, it's not about solving the problem or protecting the public and shit, man. Once you call them, man, look, they got to get some money out of this. Somebody got to go to jail. Somebody got to get touched and hemmed up because we got called out here. I don't care if the situation is already dissolved. I don't care if I put myself in harm's way for nothing. Somebody got to pay for this shit. And that's what they be on. They really, that's what it seemed like they really be on, man. They come out, they gonna touch somebody. They usually shit ain't like dissolved and handled like let's say a traffic accident, regular old traffic accident. He just get cop come out, get both of y'all shit, write up a report, y'all can come downtown and get it and leave. It ain't simple like that. These motherfuckers got to start some shit. Somebody got to go to jail off of this. But either way, I'm letting the judge keep going because I love this back and forth. This is amazing.
Give them further grounds to investigate.
That's because they're going up to him to miss one.
Well, they're going up to investigate what they saw him refusing to leave, and he
leaves.
He only left once they arrived. So with maybe potential fear of apprehension, that's when he decided to leave. Which it wouldn't be, it wouldn't undercut their ability to investigate what they had observed happen in front of them, regarding that public or that disturbance that they were called about. They still need to figure out what happened there, and if there was a trespass to begin with.
Judge, you can't flee a trespass. The way you comply is by fleeing.
Well, we don't know it was a trespass. It was disturbed. We don't always.
No. Oh, you trespassing, but you're walking away. How you trespassing? The trespass is where you stay in a place that you have been told to leave. If the motherfucker's leaving, they're not trespassing. Like, what are you talking about? I love that she said that. Say it again, old lady, man. Look at her. I don't know how long she's been a lawyer, but you know.
Trespass to begin with.
Judge, you can't flee a trespass. The way you comply is by fleeing.
Well, we don't know it was a trespass. It was disturbed. We don't always specify the disturbance.
I'm going to find no probable cause.
You understand?
Judge Jones, be careful, man.
Thank you, Judge.
We have enough drama in this life, don't we? You don't like to wear orange, do you? Be careful where you go. Be careful what you do. Everyone's always out to get you, man. Don't let them.
And there you have it. The judge
Hey, look, matter of fact, I'm gonna let old buddy say that last
judge
part.
finds no probable cause. In other words, the state failed to show enough evidence to move this case forward. For Michael Jones, that means no jail time, no fine, and a walk out of the courtroom a free man, at least for now. Legally, this is a strong reminder that probable cause isn't just a formality. It's a constitutional safeguard against unlawful arrests. The judge's decision reinforces that police must have a solid, lawful reason before detaining or charging someone. If you found this case as shocking as
You gotta have that reasonable suspicion of a crime. You ain't got that, then what the fuck are we sitting here for? What are we doing? Because otherwise, y'all just out here just grabbing people off the fucking street. That's why I like him as a judge. He does about a letter of the law, and he puts himself into the complainant's position in understanding really what's happening in real life. A lot of judges just hear that shit and be like, okay, that's what the officer said, so you didn't do this. And they just be like, yep, we're moving ahead with the charges. Now, he heard the charges like, bro, that don't even make no fucking sense. That don't even make no sense. Get this shit out of my courtroom, bro. And then he gave that man a real like words of wisdom. Bro, everybody's looking out to get you. And he meant that when he said it. He didn't say that by accident, y'all. Who you think everybody is? The motherfuckers trying to get some, man, be on your P's and Q's, bro, because they trying to catch you slacking out here. But what you think, Miss Jackson? Trying to catch them slacking.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also, the attorney hit it on the head. You comply by leaving, by, just avoiding the issue so it will not escalate any further. And that was a smart move on the man's part. But what I definitely want to give shout out to and the credit and initiate is the judge, that we do have a few, judges out here with integrity and that's sincere and want what's best for the public and actually care about the community. So, much props to that judge, and we need much more in life like him.
That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. But I'm glad we got some judges out here that actually follow the law and do it right before the shit. Like, cause think about it. A lot of these cases start right here. It's like you go see a magistrate. That's your probable cause hearing. You see the magistrate before, like, okay, you got to go back to jail. We're gonna let you out on bail, or because we're gonna have a trial later on. Like judges that stop the bullshit at the very beginning. Like they already took you to jail. This is the first time you seeing a judge. Like, bruh. This bullshit should stop right there. It shouldn't even go any further. We got so many people that done went to a regular trial or had to plead to some bullshit when the shit should have been ended right there, because like there's nothing there for y'all. But this system is not set up. I don't see you see a lot of these type of judges like him, because I ain't seen a lot of them.
Good luck on that one, man. You better pray. You better pray you come, across one in life, because they very well need it.
I see so many judges just let shit just go. Like, it don't even sound right. You reading the police report and they just be like, yeah, we can move ahead. How you want to plead? It's like, nigga, throw that shit the fuck out. You know that's some bullshit. Like, even the way they wrote it up, because that's what he checked that shit. But I wanted to put something on here, man, because a lot of people, I don't think they heard about this. I don't think they heard about this. And this shows you that our justice system, it favors some and it disfavors others. This is some straight up bullshit that I'm about to show y'all. And a lot of people, y'all probably didn't hear about it. Y'all probably didn't see it. But this is some straight up BS. And it shouldn't be tolerated in our goddamn country. But obviously it is. Because I don't know if y'all heard about what happened out there in Las Vegas. But y'all about to find out what happened out there in Las Vegas just a couple days ago. Check this out real quick.
Controversy this afternoon and evening about an Israeli government official who left the country after an arrest for a sex crime. We thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. As 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne tells us state law allowed him to pay his bail before ever seeing a judge.
An Israeli official reportedly back in Israel after being arrested here in southern Nevada on a sex crime. The question, not so much how did he get out of the country, as how did he get out of jail to begin with?
Acting United States Attorney Sigal Chattah taking the social media.
Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, the news is trying to be real funny with it. I want y'all to remember that they kept saying sex crime. They said it twice. Sex crime. Wait till you find out exactly what kind of sex crime, and then you'll wonder why they didn't say exactly what it was.
Media Monday night, saying, quote, a liberal district attorney and state court judge in Nevada failed to require an alleged child molester to surrender his passport, which allowed him to flee our country. In fact, that Israeli official, Tom Alexandrovich, who is upper management with the Israel National Cyber Directorate, in town for a cybersecurity conference, where police say he chatted online with a decoy who posed as a 15-year-old girl and never saw a judge, which, if you get arrested in or around Las Vegas, is business as usual.
That's the common practice set by the court.
District Attorney Steve Wolfson, who wouldn't address the acting U.S. Attorney's post at all, says Alexandrovich posted what's known as standard bail, in this case paying the Henderson Justice Court $10,000, which is a number set by the state legislature for this particular sex crime, for which 7 other men were arrested as part of a sting that also resulted in the arrest of a local pastor. Wolfson pointing out a few of those defendants also paid the so-called standard bail.
And they were released upon the posting of that bail. So there was no court involvement. There was no prosecution involvement. This is the normal practice. It is very standard in this community and many communities across the country.
District Attorney.
Now, look, y'all hear how they arguing this. This dude got caught up in this thing of 8 individuals, including him and a pastor, tried to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. All right? Now, they're saying that, look, it's standard procedure to let people that get charged with that post bail. Let me take you at that. Is it standard procedure to let somebody get on a fucking plane and leave the country with those charges on them? That's just my question. I understand you saying that they can post bail. Somebody can post bail with that charge. Amazing to me that y'all would let somebody post bail with that charge. But let's say that's a law and you allow people that get that charge to post bail. Do you allow them to also leave the fucking country? Somebody got to answer for that. Somebody got to answer for that. Because that make no damn sense. So you let the motherfucker leave the goddamn country with that charge. If I was charged with stealing a car, you think they're going to let me leave the fucking country? But you can touch you can want to try to touch a 15-year-old girl. And you can fly all the way back to fucking Israel. All right, either way though, I'm sorry. Ms. Jackson, any thoughts on that? Because that pissed me off.
Oh, for sure. You got people, with lesser minor crimes, offenses, theft, auto grand theft, drugs and different things of that nature with a higher bond. So first thing first, why is the bond so low for such a severe crime? That's rule number one. All right. And then again, allowed to leave the country as well. No severe surveillance or, on watch. So yeah, this whole legislation is just hustling backwards at this point.
Now look, this is out in Las Vegas, y'all. Out in Las Vegas. Just remember that.
Wolfson telling me it would be normal in this case or many other cases for a defendant to send his or her attorney to court and not appear at the next hearing at all. Reporting at the Regional Justice Center, Kyle Payne, 8 News Now.
Now, at some point, he'll have to come back to the country and appear in court. The next hearing scheduled for August 27th. The 8 News Now investigators have learned that this individual has hired high-profile criminal attorney David Chesnoff to represent him. Chesnoff telling the 8 News Now investigators in a statement in part, quote, "We intend on defending this matter within the justice system, not the media. People should not rush to judgment, and everyone is presumed innocent."
And
look, I'm gonna stop right here for a second because the way the local news covered that shit, I can tell that they got some Israeli affiliations because ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way. Y'all, this person was accused of trying to have sex with a 15-year-old child. And y'all sat here and said, just a sex crime. Just a sex crime. No, what kind of sex crime? Somebody trying to touch a kid? That's a lot different than a husband smashed his wife in the butt because sodomy is illegal. Like, come on, there's levels to this shit. There's different levels of sex crime. They ain't saying somebody got arrested for fucking armed robbery, but he actually shot somebody. They're gonna say no, he got arrested for murder. Plus he robbed somebody too. Like, I don't get it, but I'm gonna let somebody else speak on it. I'm gonna let somebody else speak on it and give you a little bit more information. But Miss Jackson, once again, any thoughts on that before I play this last one?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Like, you didn't even think about keeping the victim or the child safe and protected, and just let this, just let him out on the loose or whatever with such a low bond. I mean, it's crazy, man. People, like I said, on petty minor stuff, got higher bonds than that. So, I mean, that's just, I ain't never seen that one before. It's like, really, let's get serious. Get for real.
I got a disorderly conduct before, and my bond was higher than $10,000. It was higher than $10,000. So I'm like, okay, but hey, I guess they like to get down a little funny out there in Las Vegas. But I'm gonna let the amazing Lucas talk to you because he gonna say some shit that I ain't gonna say. But I ain't mad at him for saying it. I'm just put it like that. Check this out,
bruh. Oh my goodness. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for the release of the Epstein files, the Trump administration has been hot on the trails of targeting people who do bad things to minors. I guess that's the best YouTube-friendly way to describe it. And they had a sting going on in Nevada. Now, the sting was successful, thank God. They caught a lot of people in the sting. The problem is they caught the wrong people in the sting. And what I mean by that is that one of the people who was caught in the sting, his name was Tom Alexandrovich or something like that, I believe is his name. And I know many of you are like, so what? Who is that person? Well, the reason why this was one of the wrong people to catch in this sting was that this individual was an Israeli citizen. And mind you, just so we're clear, this person was trying to link up to do bad things with a 15-year-old. That's just so we're clear. This individual, Israeli citizen. But it gets worse because this Israeli citizen is not just any Israeli citizen. This individual works for cybersecurity for Israel, one of the head individuals. So now we have a problem. Now there are two sides to the story because what has happened is that he has since posted.
And I want y'all to see, like in that thing right there where he showed the little showed the title of what the news article was. Israeli government official charged with soliciting 15-year-old girl in Las Vegas. They locked up Diddy, and Diddy's still in jail for supposedly soliciting. Think about that. Diddy's still in jail right now. He got found guilty of soliciting prostitution. He's still in jail. They let this motherfucker pay bond and get on the plane.
Now we have a problem. Now, there are two sides to the story, because what has happened is that he has since posted bail, $10,000, boom, flown back into Israel. That's what's happened. He was arrested, charged, okay, right? And he was released. Now, there's another story where it was saying that, hey, the Trump administration intervened. Now, this is by Sean King. Sean King says he spoke with the police directly. And directly, they told him, and it was shocking to us because we had worked so hard to get these people, and we got a call by the Trump administration saying, hey, we got to expedite this person out of here, okay? Now, I don't know which one you want to believe. Given as far as that we don't have the Epstein files thus far, and that they're constantly trying to squash that, I'm more inclined to believe Sean King. That's why I'm more inclined to believe, just so we're clear. Now, the district attorney of Nevada has come out and said, hey, I had nothing to do with this. This is more of a state thing. It wasn't a federal issue. So we're going to leave it to them. I'm not connecting dots that don't need to be connected, but it was pointed out that the district attorney was appointed by Trump, and that this individual is Jewish, okay? They are Israeli themselves. Not saying that, she had any type of, intervening with this scenario and is working on behalf of Netanyahu. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I just want to make sure that we put that out there. Now, in cases like this, they can absolutely make sure that he doesn't fly off, right? Prosecutors can intervene and be like, yo, we want to have an ankle monitor on him. We want to, no bail, right? They can absolutely do that. And we've seen them do that in other cases, okay? In lesser cases than this, mind you. So I find it very interesting that this individual is an Israeli citizen, can fly over here to the US, do crimes, and then fly back to Israel.
Come on now, dog.
Off of, I guess, the promise that he's going to come back for his court date, when allegedly it was Israel that intervened to get him out of here to begin with. You make it make sense, all right? You make it make sense. Now, I find this absolutely hysterical, given that right now we are arresting husbands, we're arresting fathers, we're arresting kids to yeet them, all right, back to Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, places that they're not even from. So you're gonna have to riddle me this, Batman. They were telling me that, hey, we were gonna get these criminal aliens out of here. Okay, got you. They did the opposite. And while they were talking about, we wanna make sure that we get rid of all these, Bill Clintons who are messing with kids and stuff like that, all of these sick people, we gotta get them out of here. They go and let an Israeli citizen who's the head of cybersecurity for Israel fly back to Israel after trying to harm a 15-year-old American citizen.
Come on, man.
Does that make sense to you? Can someone make sense? I can't make any sense of this.
I got some sense to make up. And Bernie,
that ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
That's crazy.
That's backwards, man.
But they'll sit around and talk about all us, everything that we do. That's wrong all the time. And I'm like, anybody see this? Anybody see this? I'm letting them keep cooking, though. I'm letting them keep cooking.
All right. I can't make a lick of sense because it doesn't make any sense. This is absolute nonsense. That's what this is. All right. You show me a black person who's gotten that type of leniency. And we're talking about a heinous crime. This is probably one of the most heinous crimes you can commit, bruh. I would put this above homicide because this person that you are trying to harm gets to live. They have to live with this trauma that you forced upon them. That's what's happening. That you are taking advantage of a minor. That is the most heinous thing you can do, and yet we're just letting people, just fly back to Israel. That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I know I'm very well aware of of what people allege of what's going on in Israel and how it's a safe haven for certain individuals like this. And let me just say, if you don't want that to be the case, if you want to say, well, Lucas, that's a myth and that's anti-Semitism, I will say that this really isn't a good look for you, pimpin'. All right. I'm just letting you know this isn't a good look. And this isn't a good look for the Trump administration because it goes to show who they are allied with. They care more about Israel than they do our own citizens, fam, our own youth, like our own minors, bro. Think about that. How do you care more for them than you do for us? But I guess that's not beyond the pale because all their policies have shown that to be the case. Their executive orders, a violation of our freedom of speech. When it comes to their attack on Harvard, a litany of things. When it comes to their funding of Netanyahu currently, right now, after you had Israel, people who are defending Israel said that, after review, they doing a genocide. Has that stopped them? Has that stopped us from funding them? So I just want people to understand where this administration is for. This administration is not about making America great again. This is about making Israel great again. Just to be honest. And I'm not saying that any type of disrespect to Jewish people, love the Jewish people. I'm just saying that as a disrespect to this presidency and a disrespect to Netanyahu. That's really what this is. A disrespect is. This is a disrespect to humanity, bro. This is an offense to American citizens. That we are on the bottom of the totem pole in America? Make it make sense. Anyways, guys.
I just want him to get that off his chest. Let him get that last little bit off. Because first off, we got to talk about the city of Las Vegas. Then we got to talk about the state of Nevada. Then we got to talk about why the hell did the DA, how did the White House allow this to happen? Because it ain't like somebody that's that high up in the Israeli government comes over here and y'all don't know nothing about it. You're not going to sit here and tell me that somebody that works for an organization that collects intel for another country comes into America and y'all don't know nothing about it. Ain't no way. I worked in the government. I know ain't no way, motherfucker. Y'all know who coming and going all damn day long, especially when they flying in here. You flying in here, you coming in on a boat. They know everybody that's on that bitch. We got people that work that shit. And y'all allowed this dude to come over here. And the sad part, they can't even lie and say they didn't know he was over here. Because he was doing he was here for some shit, like some cross-training type bullshit with the US government. Like he was here to do some shit with the US government. So they knew he was fucking here. So I'm like, that's all bad. But to let the motherfucker leave, look, it's a slap in the face for all the people that sat on that side of the aisle. And I did bring a little political shit in here. It's crazy it's a slap in the face for all the people on that side that claim they're here to stop criminals. First off, just criminals, period. But definitely when it came to like child criminals, it's a slap in the face. You say you stand for this, but clearly your actions don't show it. Your administrations don't show it. And honestly, hey Jackson, you think he coming back?
And dude hit it on the head. It's just cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. And my thing is, America has never took care of her own. It's just straight hypocrisy. It's just the message and the sign that when I do it, it's all right. But when you do it, it's a problem. So that's just where we at. And as far as Vegas goes, they in a world of their own. They have their own. They kind of let anything go, just to be straight like that with you, and they got their own little thing going on, and their own little world, so to speak. But yeah, I just say we're gonna see how it's gonna go down, and protect the children. Unfortunately, we got Donald Trump in office. And, he's destroying his nation and his country in more ways than one, and it's just unfortunate. We're the most powerful and strongest nation in the world, and that is drastically changing. And as they say, together we stand, divided we fall. It's power in unity. And until we can get together and make the change, then nothing leaves nothing. So what are we going to do about it? We're putting ourselves to the test, to the challenge. How important is your life to you in survival, and your children in the future, and your grandchildren's life? So it's our call. It's time for action. What are we going to do about it?
Yeah, man, a lot of people need to wake up. And that's why, like, when I cover these videos, man, I try to do it on Cop Night majority of the time. Like, look, the only reason that this stuff is going on and keeps transpiring over and over and over again is because American citizens allowed it to happen. That guy getting yanked out of the car in the first video because supposedly his tag light was out and he didn't want to get out of the car. Like, a lot of American citizens I know would have a problem if that happened to them, but they sit quiet when it's happening to other folks, and that's why it continues to keep happening. It's getting worse. This shit right here, to allow somebody to come into the country, and because we talking about we're gonna get all these criminals out. You know, we ain't never talking about nobody that look like this, because all them people over there in Israel ain't nothing but white folks. Those just white people. I don't care what people want to say. You want to say, y'all know we're different. No, you're not. You're just white. You're just white. You got the Neanderthal gene in you. You're just white. Stick with it. Don't fight it. But we allow motherfuckers like that to come to this country and do fucked up shit and let it go. We don't allow that shit for anybody else in our community. Think about this. Diddy is still in jail right now for paying to have sex with people. I know people want to say it's so bad. He hit with him and Cassie fighting in the hallway and shit. Well, him mainly fighting her in the hallway. I get that. But that wasn't what he was on trial for. That man's sitting in jail right now for paying for some pussy. We just let somebody escape the country for trying to coerce a 15-year-old child. It's gotta be levels to this shit. It has to be some type of levels to it. It can't just be like, well, you know, and that's what's happening. It's like, well, you know. We have less judges like the one in the third video than we have people like that in this country. We got so many sycophants in this country that won't call out bullshit when they see it. And if they feel like it's somebody on their team doing the fucked up shit, they'll cover for them. And that's a problem. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. Good is good and evil is evil. Like, and it seems like we got a lot of folks out here claiming that they're good. That do a lot of evil ass shit. Do a lot of evil ass shit. Cause look, I don't even care. Look, they have him dead to rights. The people that did the investigation was the FBI, from what I heard. Like the sting to find out who these people were that were gonna try to holler at a 15-year-old. I heard it was the FBI that did that sting. And somehow this motherfucker up out of here. Like, Americans gonna have to fucking open their mouth about this Israel shit. Like, for real, I don't think they know this shit is working in opposite, like in the reverse way you want it to go when it comes to, like, because when he said the shit about the Harvard shit, they were protesting Israel about the Palestine situation because it's a genocide going over there. I know some people they still want to argue that it wasn't. They wanted to shut them the fuck up. You want to deport people out of colleges. Think about it. You want to deport people out of colleges for saying something bad against Israel, but you want to let people from Israel come over here into this country and try to touch a kid and leave. That's crazy. He ain't lying about none of that shit, man. That's crazy, man. Like, I know a lot of people still waiting on them Epstein files. They thought they were gonna get them. Look, y'all elected that motherfucker because y'all thought he was gonna give them to you. Where them files at?
Hey, where them fans at? Hey, look, they say it's the fuck around and find out season. They finna fuck around and find out. It's just a matter of time. But when it comes to Diddy, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than him. It's bigger than Diddy. It's not about him. You got El Fulio in office who fired all the federal workers. So that plays a big part in what's really going on. It's a behind the scenery thing that is not really revealed to the public. You know, so
it's the same old gameplay. Look, man, we already know what it is, man. Bad black. Well, black is bad. We gonna prosecute that. We gonna hem that up. We gonna do everything. Look at what's going on right now. Like, the Smithsonian is like, they operate majority of the museums in America. Smithsonian, funded by the federal government, just displaying history. You can go to it. Sometimes they got free. I think majority of the time it's free for you to go in there. These motherfuckers trying to take down fucking black history, talking about slavery. They trying to take down these exhibits. They already tried to teaching slavery in Florida in the classroom. Then they try to pass that all around America. Come out CRT. Now they over here. Look, they even took down Jackie Robinson and other fucking famous black people from military records from the website and all that shit. Had to put them back, talking about they made a mistake. But yeah, now they're going around the museums trying to take it down displays and shit. Like, if you see the energy and effort put to harm one group, but then you allow shit like this to fucking happen, it makes you really wonder why.
You know what, man? Hey, Jay, they just showing their true character. They just revealing who they was from the start. They always want to steal our credit. They want to take credit for our work, for what we've done. That's all it is just reverting back. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it's just you know, people say the economy was better the first time when 47 was in office, right? But how you see the economy? We got eggs, $10 a carton or more. You know, gas prices going up, inflation on the rise. The economy was good because of 8 years of Obama's reign. You know, but like they say, hey, it's that time to find out. It's that season. Yeah, you know, so I mean, he cares about one color, green. He stands for one class of people, the rich and wealthy. Period.
And the biggest sometimes when he needs some votes.
Well, that part.
Yeah, you gotta get them votes, so you know you gotta appeal to them motherfuckers. That's why he's throwing them a bone right now with the museums and shit. It's like, man, look, get out my back by that Epstein shit. Look, I'm stopping them from showing nigga shit in the museum. It's like you throw a little bone, but they hate to get you going, man. They hate to keep it. Look, it'll get them over to the next issue and shit. But yeah, man, it's embarrassing, and it just shows you like this justice system, from all the way from the top to the president, all the way down to these regular beat cops roaming the streets. Man, look, the shit is not set up for you to benefit. You are not the priority. This whole protecting and serving shit's a fucking joke, and people got to open their mouth, like you said. And we got to do something about it. We got to do something about it. I ain't saying go down in the streets and fight and destroy and break property and all that shit, but you got to do something. Some people got to speak about it. Some people got to legislate about it. Run for fucking public office or something. Like, we got to change the shit unless you don't give a fuck about the future for your kids and your grandkids. Like, you just worrying about yourself and that's all good and gravy for you. You're like, yeah, it can be fucked up right now because I'm winning. I ain't going to try to fix it so it's fair for everybody. No, I'm like, you want to be on that type of time? We got a lot of people that's on that type of time. But I wouldn't want the police yanking any white lady, white man, black lady, black man, Asian lady, Asian man out of their car and stomping on them because they got their feelings hurt. And I wouldn't want any fucking government to be letting literally we caught you red-handed trying to mess with a 15-year-old kid person leave the fucking country. I would hope that would be somebody you would put in jail. A lot of people out here got daughters. I guess they don't fucking care. But hey, look, I will say this, it makes sense because in that community, they make up over 70% of the people that be touching kids. So it makes sense that he covered for it.
Exactly.
It's not far from the course.
Hey, what can you expect from child abusers themselves? I mean, they fit in that category.
I'm like, if it's perfectly fine to say we prone to violent crime, y'all prone to touching kids. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. So I really probably shouldn't be surprised that they kind of let that shit slide. But look, man, we conquered, man. We covered a few things, man. I could actually cover more videos than I planned on. But Ms. Jackson, give me your final thoughts for the night.
Final thoughts for the night. Glad to be here one more evening with you all. And man, it's all about our power. You know, it's power in the pen. You know, we're educated people. We're survivors. We're the original man. And so, hey, our voice is our power, and we got to use it. And as my partners say over here, if you don't use, they're like muscles. If you don't use your power, they grow weak and they will die. They will fade. You know, so we have to use our God-given ability and make this thing happen. We're down at the fight for our life. This is our life is at stake. You know, it's serious. You know, that people think it's a game, but it's life out here. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Just real nigga shit. But I'm I am Kanique Jackson at School for Justice. You can catch me there where we can live, love, laugh, grow, learn, and conquer.
I appreciate you popping up tonight. Because like, look, man, that last one really got my skin hot. Because I don't like shit like that. I think my niece about to be like 15 years old. I'm still a grown ass motherfucker trying to fuck. Man, bitch, I promise you, I do the time. I do the time on shit like that. But obviously we got a president and we got a lot of public officials that perfectly fine with letting that shit ride. And I ain't one of them. And it's gonna turn into a lot of motherfuckers getting that shit, getting that justice out in the street. And that's what a lot of black folks have always been doing for a long time, because we already knew the system was fucked up against us. So fuck all them crimes that y'all talking about, man. That's just people beefing with each other.
Hey, welcome to our world.
Yeah, motherfucker that beefing with another motherfucker that he already know. Like it ain't like we going to a school and a church or a grocery store and just letting everybody have it and don't know not one person in the building. Yeah, it's a little different. But yeah, we gotta look, people just gotta open their motherfucking mouths and say something, man. Like, for real, man, be vocal about what the fuck you see, and like, stop being so brainwashed on this bullshit, man. Just because somebody a cop don't mean they good. Just because somebody on your party side don't mean they good, bro. If somebody fucked up, call them out. I got fucked up aunties, fucked up uncles. Sometimes I say my mom and my daddy both fucked up. Like, we can call that shit out when we see it, bro. It ain't a problem. The rest of the world ain't gonna end because we do it. We have to hold each other accountable. We got to hold everybody accountable. And if you gonna hold somebody at the very bottom that's homeless and some shit to a certain standard, motherfucker, you better hold that motherfucking CEO, president, cop, judge, everybody else to the same motherfucking standard, if not higher. Because you obviously got something in your life you should be holding. You should be a symbol in society. People got to stop being. We got to stop being tribal. We got to stop being tribal in this fucking country when it comes to like being Americans, because that shit is just, it's all fucked up. Let me just put it like that. It's all fucked up. I see people defending evil shit every day, trying their best to defend it. And I'm like, really? You really gonna die on this hill? But that's why they say they're part of the lineage of evil. It ain't my problem. But look, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in today. I hope y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share. I told y'all we're trying to grow over here on the JVJ Network. We'll be back on Let's Talk next week, but we got to get this shit going, y'all. So y'all help support, share the videos, turn notifications on. We trying to get it. And yeah, this shit been fun. We don't get the fuck out of here, but yeah, man, we'll catch y'all in the next one as always, man. Peace.